Because I don't drink at all.
You don't drink alcohol?
Never have. Oh.
Never had a sip of alcohol?
Well, I had wine Sunday for the first time.
White or red?
Red. Yeah.
Was it dark or light?
You want to start so we can talk about this on?
Yeah, I mean, this is we're already going. So
Okay.
This is fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with guest number 13, Anthony Davis, for episode 65, 66. It's going to come out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now, we're live. Anthony was just telling me off camera, and I started rolling that he just had his first glass of wine this past Sunday, 2 days ago.
Sunday. Yeah. So it was Father's Day. We went with our friend who's going back to Baltimore, and she's never seen me drink. And it was at Lori's. We went to the Lori's restaurant, and they're like, "You're supposed to drink red wine." Everybody else is having red wine with their steak, and I was like, "Well, I mean, I guess I'll try it." And I was like, I don't know how to drink it. I was like cocking my neck back. I didn't want to drink enough of it. They said I had to take a bite of steak and then sip some wine at the same time, but it was awful.
Just dunking raw steak in your glass.
I thought that's what, because I saw it in the movie. I was like, that's probably what I'm not supposed to do.
Yeah.
But then I was like, they told me to hold it on the table and then swirl it, and if it takes a while to come down, it's good wine.
They don't know what good wine is.
I don't. I obviously don't.
There's a $6 wine made in North Carolina where we're both from.
Hell yeah.
And when they put it in a blind taste test against a bunch of California wines, $50, $60 bottle wines, it smokes them every time. And it's like best of show, it gets best tasting, it gets everything, and it's $6 a bottle.
Is it Yellow Kangaroo?
I don't think so. I think it's made near the Muscadine place.
Okay, because I remember that when I used to work at the Kangaroo gas station, we'd sell Yellow Kangaroo.
Oh, Yellowtail.
Yeah, Yellowtail.
Yellowtail, yeah. That's not a bad one.
That's basically all I know.
Yeah. Hilarious. So that was your first wine ever?
Yeah.
And first alcohol ever?
I've had Bud Light maybe once or twice. I had one when I was a kid and maybe some when I was like maybe 20, 22. But that's about it. I don't drink ever.
Wow. I just assumed, being from North Carolina,
just pounding alcohol everywhere.
Yeah, that you're just like smacking them together.
Just pounding them against my face.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Just pound a drink right there.
I can drink 2 beers at one time. That's funny. Well, I just also assume that comics are either fully alcoholic or recovering alcoholics. And being that you're from North Carolina, I put you in the current alcoholic stage.
Yeah. I'm about to tip over the recovery one.
Yeah, that one glass of wine sent you over the mountain on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I told my wife, she laughed at it, and I was like, hey, this is maybe the one I'm talking about. You look a lot prettier right now. She's just like, shut the fuck up.
How many glasses did you have?
I had one sip. That's
one sip of one glass?
It didn't taste good.
Red's horrible.
So am I supposed to drink white wine instead? Or?
Not with steak. No.
Why?
I don't know the rules. I just know that you're supposed to drink red. I want to be able to appreciate red so badly because I think it's a fancy person thing. And I don't consider myself to be terribly fancy, but I do like to go to nice restaurants and have a steak. I can't do it. They'll bring me the nicest wine, and I'm like, this smells like poop. I can't drink it.
Right.
It's horrible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I never got into alcohol, because it was like, I can drink alcohol that tastes bad, or I could just drink this Coke that tastes good, and it's cheaper, and I can get unlimited refills.
Unlimited refills. Yeah, that's what you get.
If you go to a restaurant and they're never like, I'm sorry, it's $14 a glass of Coca-Cola.
Right. That would be nuts.
Yeah. I'm like, Sprite? No?
Or if they have a sommelier for soda.
Oh,
they're like, what year Pepsi have you in this evening? It's like, well, we have a 2017.
Or we have the new Coke right before it went to Coke Classic.
Ooh, in a can.
Oh, yeah, the old Coke that was really bad and everyone hated it for a while.
Oh, man. Coke has been good and bad and good and bad. But the thing that I hear the most about Coke, the drink, is that the McDonald's Coke
is the best Coke. Yeah.
It's the best Coke.
Yeah.
But they get it in a box of syrup and they carbonate it on the spot.
I'm pretty sure, because I worked in a restaurant, that you can actually control how much syrup you put into each thing. So it can be like more soda part and then more syrup. Mm-hmm. So it could be there's a ratio they have.
Yeah, have you seen those new soda vending machines?
Yeah.
Has McDonald's Coke got better or worse since those vending machines came out?
Well, I don't know. See, the weird thing is I haven't had any soda in like almost 2 years.
Yeah, I stopped drinking soda forever ago.
Yeah, it feels weird, right? Like
once you stop drinking soda, you like the taste of water.
Yeah.
I think.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I've been drinking Zevia, that like the stevia version of soda. So it just, instead of sugar, it's stevia, and it has no caffeine, no calories, all that good stuff. Like I basically went from that Coca-Cola and had Zevia, and I haven't had any haven't had any kidney stones since then. I was having like kidney stones every 2 months.
Well, that'll unlimited Coke will do that.
That's probably yeah probably
unlimited anything will do
yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah.
You know, you eat 500 bananas a day. That's too many bananas. Even if bananas are healthy.
Well, if you equate that out to time, that's me eating at least 2 bananas per every 3 minutes. So I'll need to eat 2 bananas every 3 minutes.
Well, okay, let's break this down.
Okay, 24 hours a day, right?
Nope, you got to sleep for 8. So now we're down to 16.
Well, if you're eating 500 bananas, you're not worried about sleep. Sleep's not up there.
Well, you're gonna get tired from all that potassium.
I know, but you're also
you're gonna take a banana nap.
If you're looking at 500 bananas, you're not thinking, oh, my day's planned out. I got to get a good 8 hours in. You're like, I'm eating 500 bananas, and today's my last day on Earth.
I meant to say 50. Did I say 500?
6.
Because 50 is doable. You could eat 50.
Yeah. So 50 bananas. Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
Especially if you put them in a smoothie.
Okay.
You can smoothie out 50 bananas.
So okay. You went from like an absurd amount to a kind of
a doable amount.
A doable amount, but not still crazy, but still doable.
Yeah. 50 bananas won't kill you. 500 bananas might kill you.
I know that if you eat 3 million, you'll have enough radiation to kill you from bananas.
3 million bananas in one place has enough. Even if you have to eat them.
Yeah, you have to. If you ingest 3 million, like 3 million or something in bananas, you'll get enough radiation to kill you.
Huh.
Or it's something another.
How long would it take to eat 3 million bananas? Now they also say that you and I, because we're average folks, eat the equivalent of a credit card in plastic waste every week. It's in our food.
I mean, I also eat credit cards too.
Just on purpose.
Yeah, because
this one's full.
Yeah.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah, I can't use this, Outback Steak card anymore. So
Your lady's like, what happened to the Macy's card? I ate that sumbitch.
You ain't spending any more of my money at JCPenney's.
We don't need no more shoes, woman.
You know that JCPenney's is going out of business?
I'm surprised they're still in business.
Thank you. That's exactly what I said. When it was like 400 stores were closing, I was like, wow, they're still open.
Yeah. Every year, my mom, I'm like, what do you want for Christmas, Mom? I want me a JCPenney's gift card. Mom, they're closed.
That's the most southern thing.
They got one right across the street from her house, and she still goes. I think that'll be the last one to close.
It has to be.
It has to be. Raleigh, North Carolina.
You're the one that's keeping them in business with your gift cards.
$100 a year ain't gonna do it. But
it's something. It's probably more than they're getting in a whole month.
Yeah, they're probably looking at all the stats and they're like, man, our Raleigh store is doing real well.
I'm telling you, this Isaac guy, he just keeps getting these gift cards.
It's that December $100 spike every year here. It's so nuts. Retail. Have you ever worked retail?
Yeah.
And what kind of retail have you done?
I worked in a Belk's.
Belk's is like JCPenney light.
Yeah.
Or is it fancier? Well, I'd say it might be older. It's like muumuus and bed sheets.
I worked in a Belk's for like a week.
I couldn't tell you if Belk's is more fancy than JCPenney or not.
I think it's more fancy because you can get stuff besides clothes at Belk's. Well, you also get that at JCPenney's too.
Yeah.
But JCPenney's sells like does it sell like? I haven't been inside JCPenney's in forever. Oh my god. Could you get like a washer and dryer at JCPenney's?
I think so. I think it was like Sears.
Oh, that's Sears. That's right.
Sears, you get Craftsman everything.
Oh yeah, Sears, you can get like a lawnmower and a washing machine.
Yeah.
Like all in the same trip.
The only thing they wouldn't sell you is food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they say everything to cook it on.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. And so those three powerhouses of like the 80s and 90s,
right,
and early 2000s, and then Amazon's like, gotcha.
See ya. But back in the 80s and 90s, growing up with those stores, you go to the mall and you'd be like, these stores are the powerhouses. They're never going anywhere.
Right.
And that's how we think of Amazon now. But somebody is going to come along and figure out a way to knock Amazon out of number one.
That's if they let it.
If they let it. Yeah, John Oliver was talking about that on his show this week.
Yeah, I listened to that too.
Yeah.
He's got a great point. I mean,
He does. We need to break it all up for innovation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I talked about that on last week's episode. I'm basically just ripping off John Oliver every week. That's the only place I get my news.
Dun, 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 dun.
What a great theme song.
I know. Absolutely perfect.
And those guys did not see it coming.
Yeah.
And now they get like $7 or $8 grand a week.
$7 or $8 grand a week, really?
Yeah, it's theme song money.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that TikTok was helping like the guy that wrote the Backyardigans song, like, you know, we're going on, or like, was it Into the Thick of It, that song?
Yeah.
Like the guy that wrote that song, because it became like a stitchable sound, like he was getting his return, like his royalties like skyrocket, like 600-700%. It was awesome.
That's nuts because TikTok doesn't pay shit.
Really?
Oh, you need millions of views to get money on TikTok.
I mean, that was people getting millions of views off that song, so it was just passive income for him.
Totally. I call him my little brother, but he's not blood. He lives in Nashville. His girlfriend wrote a song about dogs, and that thing gets like millions of plays every week. And she'll put a new she'll put a new video out, but keep the same song, and it's like they don't pay very well. For millions and millions of views, they don't pay very well because it's the same amount of streaming. So Spotify, it's a whole big deal. Spotify, all these stream services, iTunes, you got to get like 1 million streams to equal like $1,000, I think.
Oh yeah, I know that about Spotify. Yeah, my album's been on Spotify for almost 2 years now, and it's like I'll get thousands and thousands of views a day and a week, and it's just it equated to basically pennies or like maybe $180 every few months, but that's about it. I'm like, well,
that's your kid's college fund right there.
Yeah,
Harvard great. Probably.
Yeah, you know? definitely going to Harvard.
But you got a special on Amazon since last we spoke.
Yeah,
how's that doing?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm paying for it right now, like paying off like the recording and everything. Yeah. But it's great. People have something to listen to. I had to burn all that material so I could do material on the road, and then people can listen to all old stuff, which is good. Made me write faster, made me write more. But outside that, it's been great.
Well, next time you do a special and you don't call me, I'm going to be real mad at you.
Okay.
I'll drag all these cameras down to the studio. We'll get you a multicam. We'll do it cheaper than the last guy.
4K.
These can do 6K if you want it. You don't need 6K.
I don't think I do. I mean, if I'm shooting like an adventure special, absolutely. But
yeah, no, we'll throw it in 1080 for you. We'll just get you a regular standard def. Yeah, it's in 1080 right now.
Do 480p. I want to see how that can be grainy.
480 with the lines on it.
Just grainy as hell.
4:3 standard def.
Just
adding, and we'll just add some film grain and some static.
I would love to see like a 4K quality, but you put the grains in there too, so it looks almost to the point where you're just like you purposely did it.
Oh yeah, it's almost easier to make it look old school with the plugins now than it is to try and shoot it shitty.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I've seen that because the plugins just add that filter, almost like a filter to it, where it's like they're just taking the quality of the video and just putting the graphics over it to make it look like that instead of actually making it that way.
If I put these in 6K, I mean, it takes up so much space to shoot a whole hour. I mean, it'd be probably 1 terabyte per camera. But I can see into the brights, the highlights, and the lowlights, the darks. I can see into those areas better than if it's just at 1080.
I know, but 1 terabyte, that's...
This is your special we're talking about.
I know, but it's a terabyte. I know.
This is only 3 cameras. You probably get 3 more for your shit.
I understand that, but for like 1 terabyte for like an hour, that's massive. And then you have to compress it, obviously, but then...
I mean, you cut on proxies, right? So you cut on a lower res version of it, and then when it's time to output it, you just reconnect it to your 6K version, and Bob's your uncle.
But when you're putting it into that proxy, what's the standard? What's the size of it by then?
Oh, proxies are tiny. You can go as tiny as you want with proxies.
Is it still going to keep the quality, though?
Yeah, because your 6K doesn't go anywhere; it just sits, right?
Right.
So then you make a proxy, and it's a copy, a low res copy, and then when you reconnect your media, it reconnects to the 6K where all the cuts are.
Oh, okay.
On the export.
So you're cutting in that 6K, but you're just not seeing it as that right there while you work on it.
Sort of.
Okay.
It just knows where to re-export the 6K later. I don't know how it works. I just know how to do it. Like I can't make a tutorial on it. Right?
You just explained it to me pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea how this
But
works.
like I don't know
after explaining it to me.
I don't know how
very
the
well.
computer does it, and there's probably some nerd at home that's like the compression's different. Like I don't care, dude. Like I know how to make one and do it and then get it done, but like I'm probably describing it incorrectly right now.
That's how people learn, though. They try it, they do it, and then they say, "Oh yeah, you do it like this," and then they get better and better at it. And then
It's
they
true.
know.
It is true. There's a couple things that I want to change about this setup, but for right now, I'm loving it. Season 2 is on. It's rolling.
That's awesome.
It's killing it.
That's what when people call me in for like computer support, I always say, they're like, "I'm sorry, I don't know this stuff." I'm like, "Well, I mean, you're a doctor. You know how to save lives. I know how to fix computers. Don't feel bad that you don't know how to do the same amount of stuff I do. I've been doing this for 15 years."
Right, and if everybody knew how to do computers, you wouldn't have a computer job.
That's right. And thankfully, a lot of people don't know anything about computers.
Oh man, I don't want to know anything about computers.
It's not difficult. It just takes a lot of time.
It's just my dad was a programmer, so I go the opposite way. I'm like, I know I like Macs because Macs are idiot proof. I think you open up an app, the app does what the app's supposed to do. Well, I'm gonna have to get me another tissue.
It's so much proprietary software, though. You can't put any other stuff you want on it. Can't play games on it. Can't enjoy media unless it's on the proper format for Macs. It's
we got a little vendetta.
I prefer Windows just because I can do whatever I want on it. You can do Macs are great for security because there's not a lot of threats that are made in the Mac OS. So I mean Macs are good for security because we can make virtual machines on them and all that. But I just prefer Windows. Which, if anyone's
hilarious.
Yeah, I know. People listen to this like, wow, is this the comedy podcast or the most nerdiest shit in the world?
Welcome back to Anthony Davis from the Lakers and his IT podcast. I'll be right back. I just got to grab something real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you have a nickname?
No. God, that's depressing.
But if you could put a mafia style modifier on the front of your name or on the back of your name, like Anthony, IT Anthony.
Terrific Tony.
Ooh, that's not bad.
I mean, if you're going like a mafia way to be Two Toes Tony.
2 toes. The other 8 got lost in the war.
They were taken away.
Yeah. 2 toes.
Or like the ones from Simpsons was the Tight Lips Tony, the one that was.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Then
I like
you
this.
you ain't no rat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love the Simpsons back when it was like season 15 and before.
Mm-hmm.
There were all this revolutionary, hilarious episodes, and then it's been on for 33 seasons almost.
It's a lot of Simpsons.
Right.
It's a lot.
I mean, I get that they're still staying, they're still going, but no one's watching anymore. I mean, I'm not watching anymore.
I didn't watch it to start with. And how can I want to see Bart and Lisa grow up,
Yeah.
I moved down to Playa. I mean, I'm sure people at home are tired of hearing this, but I haven't told you. I moved down to Playa del Rey last March of 2021, and the bar that is modeled after the bar in The Simpsons is Moe's Bar in Playa del Rey. And if you go in there's an old dude named Moe, hunched over. He's still there every day, and that's, I guess, one of the creators of The Simpsons lived in Playa.
That's how you know how big The Simpsons are. Is that very niche thing right there that you just said probably explodes with business about people just running back to this nostalgia trend that we're having right now.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is so big right now.
Whew. I remember when it wasn't. Sorry. That was so bad.
This is the oldest thing I've ever heard someone just spit out while they're drinking liquid death.
No, I was just trying to make a nostalgic statement about when nostalgia wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember what it wasn't.
It was just not funny. That's why I was laughing in the middle of trying to get it out because I knew it was wild.
back when a burger and a fry only cost a nickel.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Nope, never smoked cigarettes.
All right. Well, when I was in high school in the mid '90s, a pack of cigarettes was $1.80 or $1.95, and gas was 75 cents. My junior year, the summer after my junior year in high school, gas was 75 cents a gallon. That's how old I am.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're so cute. It looks like you're just you're peering off in the distance. Is about to do a cutaway to you with long hair.
It gets wavy and turns to black and white.
Yeah, you're just like you're just right next to like a Leonard Skinner covered car or something.
Right. And Andy Griffith starts playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I go fishing with my grandpa. Hilarious. Have you still got family back home?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course I still got family. No, all dead.
No, they all died in the mafia wars.
Yeah, I'm Tony Tightlips for a reason.
Tony Tightlips went down there and whacked them all.
Yeah, but my mom, Louise Loose Lips, she has those loose lips.
She sleeps with the fishes.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, we killed her. Yeah, that's another way of saying it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you still got family in North Carolina?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's cool. And then, did you meet your wife in North Carolina?
I met my wife in Baltimore, and I met her on Match.com.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're the first interracial couple in my family.
I thought you were going to say on Match.com. I was like, wow, that's...
Yeah, we would probably be on TV though. Like,
yeah,
when we got like we were together and we got engaged, we actually reached out to Match.com because we wanted to do those Match.com commercials. We're like, well, how about us? How about how we met?
Yeah,
but then I think it was like our story of like her coming to the date like an hour and a half late, me being by myself in a Korean restaurant, never eaten Korean food before, and just wondering if she's ever going to show up. It doesn't sound as romantic as it.
Right, telling that story, there's a couple gaps.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to embellish. Yeah. And here sits Anthony waiting for an hour and a half you waited?
Yeah.
Were you eating? Did you wait to eate for her?
I didn't know what to order. All the food was it was all raw food in the pictures. I didn't know how to order Korean food back then.
So she's Korean.
No, she's Filipino. Yeah.
But she can read Korean?
No, it was the food. I read the food, but I didn't know that they cooked it in like on the grill. And it's also very rude to eat before the person gets
well,
there.
After a certain point, you get hungry.
I mean, yeah.
After 30 minutes, I'm like, she ain't coming. I'm going to go ahead and eat.
You've eaten Korean barbecue, right?
I have, only out here.
Okay. You know when they put the banchan on the table, like the little stuff?
Yeah.
When they put it on the table, I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't order this. I don't know. She's like, no. They gave it to you. It's part of the food. I was like, oh, okay, cool. What is all this? Like I didn't know any of it.
Yeah. I know the kimchi, and that's it.
Oh yeah, there's got the mashed potatoes with corn in it,
right?
Rice paper.
Yeah, there's the one that looks like lasagna, but it tastes like vinegar.
That's kimchi.
That's kimchi.
That's kimchi.
That's kimchi.
I only know kimchi. The one
and then there's the one that looks like kimchi.
Yeah, that's probably kimchi.
That's kimchi's brother.
Yep.
Oh man, the last time I went, not the last time, but one of the most recent times that I went to Korean barbecue. We sit down, we start eating, and it wasn't like flat. For y'all that don't know, Korean barbecue, you cook your own food in the grill on the table.
Right.
It was just a little elevated, right? So we had all these bowls around us, and there was different sauces and dips.
Did it go like a dome shape?
It was just a little high. It was just like, about as high as this. It was just like, it was just elevated, right?
Yeah.
But there's this one bowl of like really delicious. Like I just kept dipping my meat in this one bowl, and oh man, that's just
Was it the sauce?
It was, this gentleman came and grabbed it, and I was like, sir, that's the best sauce. What are you doing? He goes, that's the grease trap, sir. It was awesome. A bowl just collecting all the fat.
Yeah.
And that's why everything tastes so good.
I mean, fat is good for a reason.
Yeah, I'd like to have extra fat on my fat, please.
Absolutely, yeah. Put that fat on me.
More fat, please.
Pour that fat on me.
In the name of love.
I actually make Korean food at home now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I cook it for my wife. Yeah.
Do you guys cook it together on the table, or do you cook it in the kitchen and bring it to the table?
I cook it in the kitchen, bring it to the table. I have a wok, and I cook everything in my wok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a shitty wok from IKEA once. It broke.
Really?
The end.
No, I went to the Korean market, H Mart. That's where we go to H Mart all the time, and we just pick every week when we go to pick up food. We'll pick up some green stuff, and then we'll like Korean barbecue and everything, and then we'll find a snack that we've never tried before, and we'll pick it up and we'll give it a try.
Somewhere down by you, there's an international snack market that has snacks you can't get in the United States.
Yeah.
Is that H Mart?
No, I think that's it. There's H Mart. There's Delot. I mean,
it's a pop culture store though.
It's pop culture. Oh, okay.
It's like you can get the whatever I say is gonna be racially insensitive, but it's like you can get Pop-Tarts that only come out in south of Spain. It's different colored candy that doesn't.
That sounded fine.
It's going. Yeah, it's the best I can do.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, see, that's I was worried about when I came out here because I would, from North Carolina. There's not like culture in North Carolina that's outside, white.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Bojangles, and that's pretty good. That's the spiciest I've ever gotten.
You can order the seasoning.
Oh yeah,
to your house.
Who told me that? Caitlin told me that. Caitlin, the one that worked with you at the Laugh Factory, she used to do the social media for it.
Huh?
Yeah, she's from North Carolina too.
I don't know her.
Really? She used to work there. Yeah,
at the Laugh Factory.
She used to do social media for it. Yeah, and she's from North Carolina too. And she told me you can get it online, and then I got it online immediately after that.
I think we also talked about it on episode 13.
We did. I love that stuff so much. I miss Bojangles deeply.
I had to stop eating it. It's got so much sodium in it.
Oh my God, it does. Every time I go to North Carolina, though, I'll eat that for 3 days.
100%.
It cannot not eat there. I mean, it's like.
What city do y'all live in?
My mom lives in Lillington.
Okay.
So, I'll go to Lillington, then Greensboro, then. Raleigh.
Do y'all have cookout?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Cookout.
You have to because they got cookout in Nashville now.
Well, I took my wife to Cookout because I just kept always telling her about, it's, go online, order a double cheeseburger, hush puppies, coleslaw, french fries, and a drink.
And corn dog with a cheer wine.
That's right.
Yep.
And it's only like $7. She's like, there's no way that's real. And then she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And the milkshake that's like 48 different flavors.
Hey, and it's not extra.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. You'd be like, don't this. They'll put it all in there, and it's still like a $4 milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I love that place. I could daydream about Cookout for that. Cookout is a name brand. It's not the Cookout. It's not, we're not grilling in the backyard. It's like the name of a restaurant. And it's the tray. That's their combo. It's called the tray.
Well, yeah, because it was like the only place that was open late. Like after like 10 o'clock, almost every other place shut down.
Right.
And they stayed open till like maybe 1, 2 in the morning, 2 in the summer.
Yeah.
And that was like the place to go where you're like, I only got $5, but I can get a tray of food.
Oh, you load up. The burgers are a little small, but they're super tasty.
Right.
And you don't need them to be any bigger. It's a double burger.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Also, you have all the other stuff you're getting with that burger, like the coleslaw, the hush puppies, french fries.
Yep.
That's a tray of food.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the great thing. Like what's the passion I have about like Bojangles and Cookout. My wife got me into like, all the stuff out here. And like every few weeks or so, we'll try another place and try something we've never tried before.
Yeah.
Just expand your horizon. So that's why I cook all the Korean barbecue. Like I'll make spicy pork belly, all that good stuff, kimchi. Well, we tried making kimchi at home. We tried making all this stuff at home because with the pandemic.
Yeah.
We tried cooking. We started taking cooking up.
You finally started cooking your own food at home for the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, my wife did. I've always been cooking. I cook all the meals in our relationship.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you cook it and she cleans it?
No, I clean.
You cook it and clean it?
Yeah.
All right. A former relationship of mine, we had a deal. I'd cook it and she cleaned it. I loved it. That was great. I would wreck shop in the kitchen. Dinner is served, and then I was like, I'm just gonna kick it. And then,
I don't know. I'm not gonna be my old Southern man where it's like I'll cook everything for my wife, and I'll make, while she's eating it, I'll clean everything up, and then I'll slowly eat while I'm cleaning up.
Oh,
yeah, I'll have like the food right next to the sink while I'm cleaning. And I'll just eat like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's very gentlemanly.
There's some of us still around.
Well, praise the Lord.
Yeah, we just had our anniversary on the 10th.
And what year is it?
6.
6.
Yep. I shaved my beard off for.
Oh, that's right. I was wondering why you look so different.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I haven't shaved my beard since I was 16.
Man, you look so young.
Yeah. It's weird.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, deeply.
Yeah. Well, it's coming back in pretty good.
Yeah. So this has been about a week.
That's only a week?
Yeah. Saved it like the day before the 10th. So like almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you see me with a beard, like
I have. I didn't recognize you when you showed up. I was like, man, are you on meth or did you just shave your beard?
It was the one, like, she's never seen me without a beard, and she's always asked for it. And I was like, I couldn't get a haircut because we were sick and everything. So I was like, okay. And I just went in the bathroom, shaved it all off. She came out. She's like, she's like,
wish you hadn't done that.
Yeah. It was just okay.
Yeah. Well, now you got the high ground, right? So next time she wants something that you don't want to give her, you can be like, well, you remember when I shaved my beard? And she can be like, oh, yeah, okay.
It's deeply weird to me. It feels like my face is like naked all the time.
Well, it's coming back. You got something to hide behind. I always keep it about this long. I haven't like you bicked it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Straight razored it.
You should have done your head too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Not with this.
one melon.
I had my hair cut really short and I kept my beard and then went on stage. And it was at the Ontario Improv, and with my Southern accent on stage, it felt like I was just like, and this is why whites are the best. It's just like, no.
All right, yeah, okay, fair point. The bald. What is it about bald people and racism?
Well, it was the fact that also bald head, big thick beard, big fat redneck with a plaid shirt on, and then a deep Southern accent.
I was trying to remember the term skinhead, and it just came to me when I said, "What is it about bald people and racism?" It's skinheads or the Nazis.
Yeah,
they pulled that off.
I bet I can't wait for all the comments of just people that are bald head, like, "How dare you, you insensitive piece of shit."
I'm hairless. I
better get this apology tour started for all the people you got to apologize to.
I identify as hairless, and I find this podcast offensive. I might even just make a new account and put that as the number one rating of this show. Offends hairless people all the time.
That'd be perfect because it'd be you just got to get more hair on you.
Yeah, well, I mean, more hair is better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hairless people can fuck off.
Yeah, people that like the guy that was on my OnlyFans really liked hair too.
Wait, now let's talk about this for a second because Matt Rife's going hard in the comedy on OnlyFans. Are you doing OnlyFans as a joke, or are you doing OnlyFans for comedy and content like Patreon?
I did OnlyFans like right when the pandemic happened because I heard you make a lot of money on it, and I made a lot of money on it.
Did you really?
Yeah. And
now you were posting comedy clips, or
no?
Were you doing sexy stuff?
I was doing sex stuff. Yeah.
You did sex stuff?
Yeah. I had like the first thing I did was kind of comedy. I posted a video of me in the shower from like the neck up eating like a bowl of pasta. And I would like even pull out like some Parmesan and like dip some onto it. Yeah. And then some dude reached out to me. He's like, "Hey man, I like your comedy. You're really pretty and like hot. How much to see your back hair?" And I was like, I don't know, like $20. And I was like laughing because I didn't think it happened. And then he just immediately sent me $20. And I wake my wife up middle of the night. I was like, "Hey, I need you to take a good picture of my back."
Wow.
And she's like, "Okay." And even the first shot, I was like, "Nah, I really wanted to like this." So we even got like a good lighting on it too.
Wow.
I sent it to him. He liked it, and then just progressively got.
He told his friends.
Yeah.
About your back hair.
Yeah. I've sent like bulge pictures. I've sent like me in underwear. Yeah. I mean, these people paid for it. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought back hair was a thing.
I didn't think I was a niche, but yeah.
I mean, pretty hot.
Thank you.
I mean,
I do not work out.
I just started. It's fucking hard.
I've been doing Pilates.
That's a workout.
Almost got a concussion doing Pilates.
You hurt yourself Pilating?
You know that, like, have you seen that machine, that big...
the torture machine?
Yeah, the reformer.
Yeah.
So I was on top of a box on the reformer, and they were telling us to stretch out like this, and then like lean back while we stretched. And I leaned back too far, and I cracked my head open on the hooks. On the hooks.
Oh.
Yeah, on the hooks. So, yeah.
That must have hurt.
Yeah.
Did you bleed?
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought you were going to say you just snapped the machine in half, just pulled it apart.
Oh, yeah, because I'm so strong?
Yeah.
And that's what caused a concussion?
Yeah.
I ripped something with my arms, and then my head's like, wow, I can't comprehend this. Concussion.
Yes. Yes. Just, yeah,
I was like, well, that's too awesome.
My mind can't sustain this gravity.
That's how concussions work. Your mind's so blown, you're like, can't understand this.
I need a break.
I need to take a nap from this.
Time out. Anthony's being too awesome again.
I'm the only man in there too, and like they had to, like the teacher and another person had to pull me out of there. Because I was like basically tucked in there, and like I was like my head was killing me, and it sucked. But I was like, I mean, no pain, no gain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, have you put any of your concussion pictures on your OF?
No, I didn't take any pictures of me being concussed.
I mean, a pretty sweet, open head wound. That'd probably sell pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I didn't want to die, so I didn't do that. But that's my fault. That's content.
They say safety first. That's bullshit. It's got to be OF first. OnlyFans first.
There's this lady on OnlyFans, and she makes like $12,000 a month, and she's like 69 years old.
Hilarious.
And she just shows her boobs pictures,
Wow.
And her bio, the last tag of it is, "I'm doing this to support my disabled grandson." And,
wow.
And it just blows my mind that it's like every time she's like supporting him, does he just think about like all the men that are just like, "Let me see your vagina," and just like, "Here's $200," and it's like that $200 is helping that kid survive.
It might even be an extra kink that there's a disabled kid involved.
That's more terrifying.
Yep.
The internet's like a terrible place.
It's a dirty, dark place.
That's why I'm trying to keep everyone secure on the internet.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go through all that creepy stuff that I find out on.
Well, you only have to do that for another couple months before you become like the next, what's his name? Get her done guy. You don't want to be him?
No.
Okay.
Well,
sorry.
I don't want to be Larry the Cable Guy. He's not really Southern. He never even sold cable.
That's true.
I installed cable for 3 years, and I have a Southern accent that's not fake.
Man, he kind of just wrecked your whole thing,
Yeah, he
right?
did. Yeah, just basically, it's like every time I talk, if I get excited a little bit, my accent comes out a lot thicker. But since I'm still in my work clothes and my work mode, I have my normal accent where I talk to people on the phone.
But it did. You got another active in there when you got excited.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug McCabe.
He ain't got no damn.
We're going to take care of this guy.
Well, I can't talk with my accent at work because people call in. And I'm like, "Service desk, this is Anthony. How can I help you?"
You got the computer department.
Yeah, your magic picture box ain't working.
All right, check it out. I'll be a caller.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to think about work. You
No,
just
that's
got
fine.
off work. All right.
Service desk, this is Anthony. How can I help you?
Well, hey, Anthony, how you doing?
Oh God. Fine, sir. How you doing?
I'm all right, but this computer ain't working.
Okay. What's not working with it?
My grandson sent me a picture of a kitty cat, and when I opened it, a lot of other kitty cats came out.
Okay. So when you say a lot of kitty cats came out, do you mean pictures or do you mean okay? A lot of pictures came out.
A lot of pictures of kitty cats.
Is anything preventing you from doing anything else, or is it just the kitty cats on the screen?
Well, there's about 1,000 kitty cats on the
1,000
screen.
kitty cats. Okay.
I don't know how to close them out.
No, that's no problem.
Have you got like a kitty cat trap or something?
No. So for that, you just need to do a hard restart on your computer. So
Well, I'm not hard right now, Anthony. I don't know how to do that.
It's okay.
Are you going to get me hard, Anthony?
I'm going to do my best, sir.
I heard you might have an OnlyFans.
That's absolutely correct, sir. We'll talk about it after I fix your call.
So you going to tell me how your back hair can help me get these kitty cats off my screen?
Yes. Hold the power button for 6 seconds, and that's it.
Now, which one's the power button?
The one that looks like it's lit up right now.
Lit up. I'm lit up right now. I've been drinking Colt 45 all day.
I love that this is the worst. This is not even the worst call I've had this week.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. No,
So I'm the best.
not the best, not the worst.
All right, so if I powerbomb this bitch, all these kitty cats will go away.
Yes, they won't come back up until we get, because I'm gonna need your computer.
Now, do I need to email my grandson a picture of a dog or something to counteract this kitty cat?
Yes, because the kitty cat virus that you have on your computer is probably just making all the other kitty cats. So you need to install a dog catcher.
Dog catcher. Well, I knew it. I knew I needed a dog catcher. That's what I was telling my wife. I said, wife, we need a dog catcher for these kitty cats. I fucking told her. She wouldn't listen to me.
That's what you get.
All right, I power by my computer. I'm going to turn it back on now, right? Is that what you want me to do?
That's right.
All right. Did I mention it was a Mac? It's a Mac computer.
Click.
What a good call. What a good phone call. What's the dumbest call you got? Do you still work the phones?
Yeah, every day.
And are you just doing it for one company, or are you doing it for like anybody in the country?
No, I work for a company, and I do computer support for that company for all the users at the company.
So you only have like X number of idiots. It's not unlimited number of people across the country can just call you and be idiotic.
Well, we are across the country, and I'm not saying these people are idiots. I'm just saying that a lot of times they call in, and we try to support them. Sometimes they get, it's a lot harder than they think it. They say it's a lot harder than it is, but it's like takes me 2 seconds and I'm done. I've been trying to do computer literacy, computer security awareness training for people, because I have people that called in saying, "Hey, there's a thing that popped up on my screen saying that my computer has viruses." And so I called them, and they came to my computer, and I paid them $400, but the things are still popping up. Oh. I'm like, well, number one, you don't have that virus protection on your computer. You don't have that company. Two, we would know about it because it's a work computer, and we would know about it before you even knew about it. And number two, you shouldn't. they would never ask you to call them. They would just call you, or they would just send you an email, or you would just call us.
It's scary out there, man. I've heard about a guy whose iTunes account got hacked. They got him for $150,000.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have got his money back unless he actually knew like the main dude at Apple's secretary. And he called her up and was like, put me on the phone with the main dude. She said, what? No. He got it sorted out, but I don't have his number. I don't have $150,000 for them to take. But I worry about my mom, right? Like someone calls and goes, now, because she can't work her iPhone anyway.
Right.
Now, just what's the password for your iPhone? And then this and that. And then all of a sudden they got in her phone and they're buying gift cards. And I'm just, I tell her every time I'm on the phone, don't give anybody any money over the phone.
Yeah.
And never give anybody your password.
If someone's calling you and wants information from you, don't give it to them.
And even if they set it up for you to call them, because you get an email, it's like, call us immediately about a security. And then people assume I called you, you must be legit.
Right.
I'm just worried about her falling for that, taking my inheritance away from me.
Well, like I tell everybody, if you get an email and then like for something that said you ordered this, like here's another year of Norton antivirus. If it doesn't have your the last 4 of your credit card and doesn't have your name in it, it's fake. If it doesn't have your name, it says dear sir or dear user, it's fake. If they sent to you, you're part of a mailing address and they have your first and last name.
I got a phone call today and I didn't answer it. It was a spam. It said spam risk. And then the voicemail said that I may be eligible for a 0% loan on my federal college loans.
Do you have student loans?
I never went to college.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how I knew that was fake.
Yeah, that's called phishing. So there's phishing, which is mass emails. They send out millions of emails, and if only 3 people respond, doesn't matter. It's like 30 cents to send out millions of emails, but you can get back hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Phishing is when it's over the phone, so they call you and they're like, "Hey, what's this account number?" You don't respond right away. Click on to the next person. It's social engineering in 2025. By 2025, it will cost about $15 trillion annually.
People are giving up $15 trillion.
One company security breach through social engineering costs about $4.2 million per incident. And there's close to 700, on average, 700 incidents of social engineering a year.
So when you go and study security, does that also mean you got to study how to be a bad guy?
Yeah. I just passed my certification for pen testing.
So you know how to do the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So you can look out for the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But can you go to that school and learn how to be a bad guy and then become a bad guy?
Yeah.
So you could pass this test and be like, haha, and just start stealing money on the internet?
Yeah. Yeah. That's illegal, but yeah, you can easily do it.
Illegal.
You're
in the mafia, dude.
So the people that don't know what they're doing, but they still run scripts and everything.
Yeah.
Script kiddies. They're kids that don't know how they're doing. They run scripts. They don't know how it works, but they still do it. I mean, I can buy a script to invade someone's computer for like $30. I can buy it online. I can buy a way to hack into someone's computer online, so I don't even have to do anything.
And then with that thing, you can then get in their computer and do what?
So like if I send someone, they send a Trojan to you, is when someone sends you, you download something, you think it's a game, you open it up, you get the game, but you also downloaded something that wasn't you wanted. Trojan.
Oh, you mean like all the apps on my phone?
Right, exactly. So like a Trojan horse, you think it's something, comes in, opens it up, takes out your computer.
Yeah.
So a rat is a remote access Trojan. So you download something, it gives me remote access. I can come into your computer, download stuff in the background. You won't even know about it, and then I'm getting all your stuff out of your computer.
Well, I hope nobody does that to me.
Just don't open shit.
I don't. I mean, I open stuff that it's weird because when I'm making content, I download stuff.
Yeah.
To augment the stuff that I've shot and that I have to create with. Sometimes I need to download other things off the internet. I grab stuff off the internet all the time. I'm ripping stuff off YouTube. I'm ripping stuff off stuff I paid for legally. I probably download 50 things a day.
That's fine.
But you're talking about don't open anything in your email.
Don't open stuff you don't know. Like if you don't know if it's not a good website, if you don't know the website, if something starts downloading it and you didn't ask for it, don't open it. Don't let it download. Cancel the download.
Oh, so if you don't open it, then it might be fine.
Right. I mean, because if you download it from your browser, it's going into your download folder, and it's an executable. Unless you execute it, you're fine. But you can right click on something that's downloading in the Chrome browser and just cancel it, so it can't download everything.
Why does it always tell me that Adobe something or other is going to be done in a year and they're never going to use it ever again? You know that one?
I mean, there's, it's like Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is no longer used. It's Microsoft stopped supporting it, but you can still use it. The thing is, when a company says they don't support like an app, or it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to use it after a certain time, it means they're not going to make patches for it.
Yeah.
So they're not going to make security updates. They're not going to make software updates. They're not going to support it. So if something happens while you're in that app, they're not going to cover you for it.
Right. Like I have an old iPad and I can't put Paramount Plus on it because they won't make firmware updates for this iPad because it's so old.
Right.
It's like 12.2.1 and I need 13.4 to get Paramount Plus.
I mean, Apple's terrible about that. Windows or Linux, I can update from this. It doesn't matter what version I have. I can update it to the newest one as long as my computer can support it. But they want Macs and Apple. They want you to buy new stuff, so they don't want that old thing to be able to update to the newest version. They want you to spend $500-$600 for something, the exact same hardware that can do, that can do the stuff that you want to do, and something that can probably work on the old one.
Well, that's Apple.
Yeah.
And it's going back to that John Oliver thing we just watched this Sunday. I didn't know they were taking a 30% rip on all sales in the App Store. Because I can't figure out how they're a bajillion-dollar company. I'm like, I get it. Everybody buys an iPhone every once in a while. But, building that spaceship was a couple $100 billion. Not the one that took them to the moon, but I call it the circle that they're new building.
Their desktop, their big desktop, their all-in-one desktop that doesn't even come with a mount. Yeah. That mount that's like $1,000. It's just a computer mount. Yeah. That all-in-one desktop is $6,000. I can get a desktop computer that's a PC from Alienware that's a third of the price, that is 12 times, 13 times faster and better.
Really?
Yeah, the Macs aren't great. They're not amazing computers.
See, I need a faster computer for editing because now I'm working with all this 6K footage and stuff.
Yeah.
I need to be able to cut fast. My laptop's like screaming. It gets so hot when I'm editing on it.
How old is that laptop?
8 months.
8 months?
Brand new.
What's the RAM on it?
16, 32.
32?
Might be 16. It's probably 16.
Upgrade it to 32 or 64. RAM is random access memory.
Yeah.
It is a way for the more processes you're doing, the more memory you need to do something. So if you're playing a game, you're using a lot of memory, and then you try to open up YouTube, it's trying to catch all that memory at the same time. So if you don't have enough memory, it's going to slow everything down.
Yeah.
So your CPU also needs to be able to do these things, and your hard drive needs to be able to hold that space. So,
yeah, I was trying to get the maxed out laptop, and I went in there 2 days before I had to leave for tour.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need the fastest one. And they were like, well, we have this one. And they were like, take it or leave it. Yeah. Like, you can bring it back in 90 days and upgrade it. I was like, that was the plan. I was like, I'll bring it back in 90 days, having used it for a while, and go get me a bigger one. And then, life got in the way, and now I'm stuck with this one. But I do want to get like an Alienware, like just something for the house.
Yeah. I don't have, I'm saving up for an Alienware, but that's a big gaming one, a lot of video, great stuff for that. But that's because that's the main company. What they do is that with Mac, they have people that just will always buy it. It doesn't matter what the upgrades are. But stuff that you can do on an iPhone now, I've been able to do on my Android 3 or 4 years ago, and
really
it's a third of the price. Yeah.
Wow. That's
if you look at the specs of like your computer, like the Mac. A MacBook Pro or like a Mac desktop, and look at against a computer like a Dell computer or HP or anything. Just look at the specs, and then you'll see. You don't even have to know what these mean. As long as you look next to each other, you're like, oh wow, it's exactly the same, but it's like maybe like 1/20th the price.
So I could get like 128 gigs of RAM and like super fast 8-core, 25-core chip.
21.
How many cores can there be? What's the highest?
Depends on what kind of computer you got.
Because I got like a 10 core or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, RAM. I mean, you can go up to like maybe 64. You can do 128. I mean, that's kind of stretching it. Might be able to. I'm more with like fixing computers than actually computer science and putting it together. I just know that this whole podcast went from like fun stories to a breakdown of what computers are and how they work.
Well, that's why people enjoy the Isaac Abrams show.
Yeah,
because their brains work like our brains. You want to shift it to a silly mode?
No, it's just funny. It's just because, when people are like, oh, comedian Anthony Davis, and it's like, oh, what's comedies he talked about? Nothing. He's just been telling us about computers and security.
Well, that's funny.
Because I graduate tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, when this comes out, it will be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you've already graduated. How does it feel?
Good.
I don't know yet. What's your, you got some tour dates coming up?
I'm going to Sacramento in August, a week after I walk in Salt Lake City for my actual diploma.
Have you been to Salt Lake before?
No, I've been to St. George, Utah.
Okay. I've never been there.
I did a theater show, sold out. It was awesome. Just completely, had to be, I think it was like the first big show I had since the pandemic happened. Sold out, 700 seats. I had to do 30 minutes clean. And the first thing I said when I came out there, because I thought it was like a big Mormon place, I was like, it's so great that we can sell out this entire theater with only 2 families, the Smith and the Joneses. And like it was a mixed laugh, but I heard it was a good hard laugh from people, and I felt good about that. It was
sometimes a groan is just as good.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, we went there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really dark on stage. I've gotten a lot darker since the last time you've seen me.
Yeah?
Yeah. OnlyFans jokes, make jokes about Klan, about church and everything. Yeah.
Well, you're doing incest stuff before like last time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how much darker can it get? What you ought to do is like find an actress to play your sister for your OnlyFans.
My sister actually came to one of my shows, and I did that joke.
Oh no,
my opening joke.
Yeah,
I was like, I've been doing that joke for 4 years. My sister finally came out, and I went up and I just high fived her. And I was like, the best wife I've ever had on the stage. And people were laughing. And afterwards, I don't know why my sister says that. She's like, I was thinking about either hugging you or kissing you for the joke. I was like, no, this is a joke.
Yeah,
let's not make it real.
Oh no!
It's like this is weird. She wanted to help me. She's like, let's act. She's like, she was really pumped up about being part of my like stand up. I'll
kiss you out of your mouth.
I was like, yeah, like no one's going to be kissing me. It's my sister. It's weird.
And were you headlining that show? You sold them 700 tickets, or you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was for it's for a person out there, and she booked me, and then like she has a great show. I can't remember her name right. Valerie. I think it's Valerie. Great scene out in St. George, Utah. Had the weekend. I was out there with a bunch of other comedians, and it just thankfully the show was just sold out at the theater. And then it was a show the next day at a lodge, and it was completely packed out. It was a lodge. I was still on a staircase, and the people were all around me. It was just a bunch of drunks at the second show, so it was a lot better environment, and we didn't have to be clean. So it's fun.
I wanted when I got back on stage after Pandy, I was like, if I'm gonna do the hardest thing in the world, which is comedy, I'm gonna do the hardest version of that, which is being clean all of the time, and I just can't do it. I just can't. I gave up. I
tell people write clean, and then you can perform it dirty. But if you write dirty, it's so hard to make a dirty joke clean, but it's easy to make a clean joke dirty.
That's very true. That's very true. When you start over and you're writing a new hour after a special or an album drops, do you come up with a theme, or do you just string like 42 jokes together?
No, I have a theme. A lot of times, like this new one I'm doing was like new, hopefully 30 to 45. It's a aggression of what's happened to me in my life. Mm-hmm. So like when I got diagnosed with seizures, I've been trying to make that into my set too. It's a lot harder to talk about seizures than it is about incest. Incest is funny. Talking about having seizures, that's really hard to make people like not clean up.
Yeah, because like my grandma has seizures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I talked about having a stroke, and like when people are on the audience and they've had a stroke, I'm like, hey, my best friend had a stroke. He loves it. He was laughing. He's like, ha ha. Like I pulled down my lip. I'm like, ha ha ha. He loves that joke. Well, half of them does.
Right.
Yeah. usually gets them. If they don't, I'm like, well, it's okay. If you don't laugh at that, other people will.
Yeah, not every joke is for every person.
Right. I like my clan joke. My clan joke is really, it gets everyone, but it takes a while for them to get on board with it. But when it gets there, they're all on board with it.
They're all on board with the clan.
Yes.
The clan's not for everybody. You got to win them over. You got to show them the sales brochure, and you got to tell them why. Be like, well, I'm not shaving my head again, but you should join.
Nice. One of my tags in that joke is having a motivational clan speaker, and it's yes, you Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
Yeah, and when I first told my wife that joke, she's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I think it's going to be really funny." And it's something that happened in my life. I was in Alabama, and I was at a Dungeons and Dragons tournament, and there was a second room in the auditorium.
Yep.
There's like a big community center, an auditorium, and then I went to the second auditorium. There's like food out there, and I didn't know the food was just for I thought it was the food for the clan, the Dungeons and Dragons tournament. It was for a clan meeting, and they had like fried chicken and egg rolls in there. Oh, and I was like. And when people like the clan members walking, I thought they were wizards for like the Dungeons and Dragons tournament.
Hilarious!
People were dressed up for the tournament,
right? And
then a dude walked up on stage and like in front of all these people, and he's like, "The White Power Kingdom will rise again from the ashes."
And you're in the middle of biting on an egg roll, and you're like, "What?"
And like in the joke, I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna get like 2 more egg rolls, and I'm gonna leave," because there were some really good egg rolls.
Yeah.
But really, what happened when it happened, I was like, "Oh, I need to get out of here because no one's gonna believe that I came in here on accident." Because I was like chatting with people, like having a good time, and I was
like your outfit.
I was like, "That's a really cool robe. What's what kind of wizard are you?
Why you got 9 stripes on your shoulder?"
And I was like, "Are you a necromancer?" Or and then I was like, I am not safe. And I immediately left. But like most of it, like my comedy is about dealing with crazy shit that's happened to me, and dealing with it in a laughing way instead of just dwelling on it and like letting the trauma of it happen just affect me. Like my stroke joke, you've heard it. Mm-hmm. It's about smelling toast and thinking I'm having a stroke. In reality, I was dealing with the fact that my doctor said diabetes is going to kill me sooner rather than later, and I shouldn't worry about strokes. I should worry about my diet and not I'm going to die soon. And I took that, made it a joke, and then I dealt with it.
You went back and got another Coca-Cola?
I stopped drinking Coke. Stopped drinking Coke completely.
That's when I had unlimited Coca-Colas.
That's when I was going to Golden Corral 3 times a week.
I have a note in my joke book that's just an idea, and it's one word, and it says clansgender.
Transgender Klansman?
I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it was funny to me. It's just the thought of somebody being transgender.
I think it would be if it's like somebody in the clan that's a man that's transitioned to be a woman. Mm-hmm. It's more fucked up that they're super okay on board with it as long as they're white. It's like, Ron, I don't care if you become Rebecca, as long as you hate black people as much as I do. You're still in this clan together.
Yep. Clip that, by the way. Clip that. Just that. Isolate that part.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that clan joke was like. When people hear it, they laugh like they love it. But in reality, this is a Southern white man going on stage, and I shout, "The White Power Kingdom will rise again from the ashes." I've told that joke in Baltimore. I've told that joke where I started in Baltimore, and it was an all black room, and I said that joke, and I stand by that joke because it happened. It was crazy, but that joke is a way for me to get through trauma, and when everyone's laughing at it. Realize that I still said that on stage, and it's like that's why I write my jokes word for word. I'm meticulous about my jokes because there's a chance with this accent, if I fuck up on stage with one misspoken word, I'll get my ass kicked.
Yeah, you definitely riding that line there.
Yeah.
I have a joke about my first cat. My mom and dad let me name my first cat, and he was pearl white, long-haired Persian cat. So naturally, being 6 years old, I named him Whitey. I'm not going to do the whole bit, but my mom would come at the end for dinner every night. She'd open the back door and she'd just scream out into the neighborhood because he was an indoor-outdoor cat. She'd just be like, "Whitey!
Nice.
Whitey!"
Nice.
So add a little bit where the racist neighbor's like, "Hell yeah, neighbor!" But the end of the joke is that the cat gets stolen and I get a new cat and it's black. Like, what are you going to name it?
Yeah.
Steve. I'm going to name it Steve.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I hang on it. Everybody's like, what is he going to name it? But last time I told that, the lights were real bright and I couldn't see past the front row. I couldn't hear. So being a comic photographer longer than I've been a comic, I'm in the crowd listening to them laugh, and I'll see comics get off stage. I'll be in the green room and like, man, it was fucking bombed. I can't believe it. And I'm like, no, dude, I was with the crowd and we were laughing. It was funny. But now that I'm on stage, I'm realizing you can absolutely not hear the laughter the way that you can hear it when you're sitting out in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And you're blinded. You can't see and you can't hear.
I'll see the first 2 rows if it's lit properly.
Yeah.
I'll see the first 2 rows. And the worst thing about being a comic is you don't see the people that are laughing. You don't focus on it. You're focused on the person that's not.
There's this one person just sitting there with their arms crossed.
Yep.
You're like, I'm gonna get you.
That happened to me on Saturday. Like there was like 200 people in the audience. I was featuring for Tom Rhodes, hilarious dude.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Just crushed the entire show whole weekend, and I was featuring for him. And the first person in the front row, like his girlfriend just dying laughing. He was just stone faced the whole time. And then there was 2 people, a table behind him, 2 women. They were just sitting there. They weren't laughing the whole time. And then I was like, I got 20 minutes. So I went after each one of them with like singular one-liner jokes until I got them all 3 to laugh. And the one guy up front, he was like still kind of stone-faced the whole time. And then during the show, when I was outside the bathroom, and he came by the bathroom, he's like, hey man, that was great. You're so funny. It was, I didn't even see you there. It's great to see you. And then he walked through the curtain and his hand went down the curtain really slowly. Like he was feeling it. I was like, oh, that dude's high as fuck right now.
Yeah, you're on drugs.
That dude's fucked up right now. Yeah, he was destroyed. And his whole time of not laughing was like, I'm going to freak out. I'm not going to freak out.
Right.
I'm not going to freak out.
So at the beginning of pandemic, there was an outdoor show called Jam in the Van here in LA.
Yeah.
And you would get 2 tickets, and then in the 2 tickets, you get a cooler, and it would have a bunch of booze in it and a bunch of pre-rolls. They'd have 6 comics per show, and nobody wanted to be 4, 5, or 6 because people would spark those joints up first, and by the first, everybody's laughing at the first comic, even if it sucked. Second comic, they start laughing with their shoulders.
Yeah.
Third comic, they're like chuckling a little bit. Fourth comic, they're just all staring, like they're laughing inside their brain, but they're so high they can't move. And they're like, or they start wanting to talk.
Yeah.
And have a conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, y'all got to get rid of these pre-rolls, man. Make everybody smoke before or after the show. That was part of the sale of the deal. It's like, oh, you can come here and smoke weed and be outside and watch these comics. And it was just hard to watch the last 3 every night.
Yeah.
And you watch the one crowd file out, and you wait for the late show, they'd file in, same thing. And especially like the late show.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, last comic, everybody's just gassed.
Yep.
It's not marijuana, man.
Also, just imagine like when you look at a Friday night show, the first show, they just got off work. They're now drinking. They're so excited it's Friday, so they're happy to be here. Then that 9:45 show, they're exhausted from a long week of work. They're just now going out. They just want to go to bed. They're drinking. Either they want to hear some of the dirtiest stuff that you can possibly hear. They want to hear you to talk to them, or they're just not going to laugh. Like the 9:45 show on a Friday is always the one that's the hardest one you got to work for because they're just tired. Saturday shows are always great because they didn't work today. They're out. They're finally going out. But that's Friday. It's Saturday, their Friday night 9:45 show. They're just like, ugh, I'm so tired from work. We already ate dinner. Mm-hmm. We're just now here to just do this drink minimum and watch this comedy. Make us laugh. We're here to laugh. Let's make us laugh.
Yeah, I paid my money.
Yeah,
make me laugh, funny man.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Dance on the strings and make me laugh.
Yeah, do some silly shit. Oh, that's the best when people are like, oh, you're a comic? Tell me a joke. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. Do you do that when people when people ask you if you're a comic? Do you tell them a joke right on the spot?
No.
See?
I try not to.
Try not to tell people you're a comic?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't usually tell people I'm a comic because it just sounds kind of like I'm showing off or like, oh, I'm a comic, by the way.
What if you did it sarcastically?
Like, I'm a comic. Well, the thing, like my people at my job found out I was a comic because one of them saw me at the show at the Hollywood Improv, and then it just spread like wildfire. And I'd never bring it up, but I'll have my coworkers like, oh yeah, no, Anthony, he does comedy. I'm like, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, I never continue the conversation. I respond I respond to their questions, and that's it.
Yeah. That's got to be tough, too.
Well, it's like for like
be funny at work. It's like, no.
Well, yeah, I'm like, no, I'm here to do my job, and then that's it. I'm not going to make jokes at work. I'm not paid to make jokes at work. I'm here to fix computers at my job, and because my jokes are dark. If I make a bad joke on stage, they won't laugh. If I make a bad joke at work, I could lose my job.
You're going to go from IT to HR real quick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just be like, hey, y'all hear about chips? And they're like, it was the most offensive chip joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, we don't chip like that around here, Anthony.
It's a chip off your shoulders. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah. Now, are you allowed to talk about your coworker that you were talking about on
Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk about it. I don't care.
Are you still having on? Is Todd a real person?
Yes.
And is Todd his real name?
No.
Damn. Have you ever thought?
I'm not stupid. Of course not.
It'd be so much funnier if his name was Todd.
Of course it would be. But no, of course not. I'm not stupid.
But is Todd friends with you on Facebook?
No, of course not. He doesn't have a Facebook.
So if you guys don't know, Anthony puts stories from work up on Facebook and writes out the dialogue he has between him and his coworker Todd. There's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. And I think you should turn it into a sketch series.
God.
I would love to play Todd.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I'll shoot it.
God, he's the worst fucking person.
He's the worst Todd ever.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when I first started, he was constantly trying to just like swing his dick around. I'm like, dude, I just started here. I don't know why you're trying to put some stuff over me. I don't.
Did you show him your OnlyFans and go, look who's swinging their dick around now, Todd?
Yeah, I wanted to, but then that'd be the whole HR thing.
Then we're back in HR.
That's right.
Yep. So you probably don't tell anybody at work that you do OnlyFans.
No, it hasn't come up yet.
You're just sitting in a boardroom. Hey, what y'all do this weekend? I started an OnlyFans, and you just start PowerPointing.
Yeah, I showed my butthole to a guy named Steve for $75. That was good.
I hope that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't think his name was Steve.
Oh. Do you have a tripod, or do you inflict your wife on these photo shoots?
She took a picture.
Wow.
Took her out to Red Lobster that night, too. Paid for it.
You paid for Red Lobster with your butthole.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know how good it feels to pay the light bill and then turn on a light and be like, my butthole paid for that light. Feels good. Well, think, like, equate it to this. Like, I tell all comedians are like, that's a joke, right? I'm like, no, think about this. I didn't have to get out of bed to get paid $75 just to show something on my body that I have no idea what it looks like, I don't even give it any attention. Or I could drive 75 miles one way, 75 miles back for $25 for a 25-minute set. And maybe I don't even do good.
Yeah. And jokes on who? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I've loved doing comedy. It's the biggest passion I have. But I also enjoy paying bills.
With your butthole?
Yeah. During the pandemic, I didn't do any shows. Started as a joke. I made some money. I haven't done it in a while, but hey, it's fun. It was fun when I did it.
Yeah, man. Now I'm thinking about it. Like maybe I just do my feet.
There's a Facebook community of people that have their OnlyFans and they support each other. We give each other follows. We help each other like promote stuff. Like they'll be like, hey, check out this account and I'll say, hey, check out this account. And
wow.
Yeah, it's a really good community.
Interesting. I had a friend who approached me recently about starting her own OnlyFans.
Nice.
And like she was like, what should I do? And I was like, I don't know. I don't have one. But I would Google most popular items on OnlyFans and then shoot a bunch of that stuff.
Oh, send her my information. I'll be happy to help her out. I've helped out a few people, not in a weird way, as like seriously as a trying to help people to do it. It's fun. I mean, honestly, I feel great about my body because there's it's all dudes, but I still feel good about myself when it's like, hey, here's $20 just so that you see a picture of you just in your underwear. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Have you gone out and bought nicer underwear?
Fuck no, it still had holes in it. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, dude, show them the real you.
I mean, who am I trying to impress? They're the ones that give me $20. Who's the real monster here?
Yeah.
Who's the creep here? I'm not the creep. I'm just giving what the people they bought for.
Has the wife ever vetoed a photo shoot? Like, this guy wants me to put peanut butter and jelly on my toes, and is she ever like, no, I'm not doing that?
No, like I've talked to her. I was like, hey, this guy wants me to show him. He wants me to show him my dick, and she's like, do you want to do that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, you better ask a lot of money for it. I was like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But
do you always keep your face out?
Well, my face is on the is on my profile, and it says my name's Anthony Davis. So I mean,
you used your real name on your OnlyFans.
Fuck
dude.
yeah, I did.
Oh my god. Are you ever gonna put comedy clips up on OF?
I want to keep people coming. I don't want.
Yeah, literally.
Get it?
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
So Matt Rife has been putting up stand-up clips and stuff. And I've read a couple articles that say that OnlyFans is trying to transition into being more of a YouTube and a Patreon than just having the sexual connotation.
Well, the thing is, the amount of money they're making off sex, like that person that's has $12,000 a month on OnlyFans, what's her incentive to make better content? If she has a steady flow of $12,000 a month from people that are just looking at pictures of boobs that she's happily giving them out, I mean, there's no one's getting hurt here. She is a person that's getting paid to show her body off. I am a person that gets paid to show my body off. I get the money. They get some of it because it's the facilitating a third party. I mean, nothing. I mean, they can't screen clip it or resell it because it puts on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean they can if you send it to them, but it's extremely hard to. You know, they can screenshot it, but you know, you can put your tag on it, like your OnlyFans as your @ So it's like just like Instagram. You could take someone's Instagram picture and like say you took the picture, but you know you got to work for it.
Yeah, people do that a lot to me, but I'm a photographer, so it happens all the time. No, just not getting tagged is a problem in the comedy community, or they'll like tag you but not in the description. That's way different.
I don't like that. I tagged you when you took my picture. You're fantastic.
Thank you. Some people just don't get it. Some people just go, here's a picture, and then whatever. I'm specifically talking about one person, and I've already said her name a couple times on this show, so I'm going to not do that anymore. Or it'll get back to her. Anyway.
Nice.
That's a little over an hour.
I do like your basses on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, you're a bass player.
Yep. Stand-up bass player for 21 years.
21.
Mm-hmm.
And you still play?
Yeah. I still have I bought and I put together my stand-up bass, and it's in my attic.
You like glued it together? You like woodworked it? Like put it together?
I sanded down the fingerboard. I put the bridge and the sound post inside myself. I varnished the wood. It was pre-varnished, but I put another coat on it, just a gloss on it, and I put bearings on the side of it so it wouldn't rub against the wood when I leaned against me. And I sanded it down the fingerboard so it had a nice gloss on it to it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm much more than just a stand-up comedian.
Sounds like it.
I've only been doing stand-up for 7 years. Everything else I've been doing like almost decades now.
7 years.
Yeah.
And the goal is to eventually do it full time.
That was the goal in 2019.
Yeah, and the pandemic kind of changed your mind.
Well, it's amazing. Like this pandemic, like I didn't even think about going back to school until the pandemic hit, and I was like, I can't do comedy. And I was spending so much time with my wife. I loved being around her. You know, being away from my wife all the time, it sucks. Like it caused horrible tension between us. Like I would see her, I would be going out, do stand up 5-6 times a week, and then go on the road. You know, I'd be getting home at like 2 a.m. I'd see her for maybe 3 hours a day. So going from doing that to seeing her every single day, like rekindle our love for each other. And then after that, I'm like, I went to school, and now I'm starting my master's in November.
Yeah.
So it's like the goal was, but you know, it's fine to have reprioritize. I'm fine. I love doing stand up. I'll do shows more now because I'm out of school. But you know, the goal has been to be able to take care of myself and take care of my family, and that's the main goal. It's always should be your goal. And how you do that, if it's by stand up, it's by anything else. As long as you put enough effort, work, and love into it, you should be able to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just taking care of family first.
Yeah.
And if it's comedy, it's comedy. If it's showing your butthole, it's showing your butthole.
Hey, I'm telling you, if you never feel as good as you feel is when you walk into Olive Garden and be like, you know what, baby, you get the surf and turf tonight. You want the red lobster mac and cheese? You get the lobster mac and cheese. Paid. Cash.
Boom.
There you go. Just because some pervert's jerking off to my picture? Hell, I don't give a shit.
It's so awesome.
I mean, it's not hurting me.
No, it's not.
They gave me money. I don't. It's fine with me.
You get unlimited Coca-Cola if you want to.
Sure. I mean, people, it feels weird, but like I'm born and raised in like a really Christian religious home.
Same.
But I mean, I'm not now. So if people want to ask to see pictures of my back hair and then they do whatever they want with it, hey, I got paid.
Yeah, you did. Man.
Not hurting mine.
That's a fascinating world.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Going from a world where you have to say yes, sir, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am, and be very clean cut, go to church every Sunday to, sell my butthole pictures on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Did you capitalize on being as identifying as a non-bearded person for a little while? Did you take any pictures for that?
I took one picture, I sent it to my mom, and that's it. My wife take a bunch of pictures, but that's about it. But I'm not happy being beardless. It's been 17 years since I've been beardless. I'm not happy about it.
Well, it's coming back fast.
Yeah, I'm very happy about it coming back.
Yeah.
It hides my chins.
Same. They don't pass out chins too well in North Carolina, I guess.
They hand out too many of them.
Yeah. Well, I got a weak one. I don't like mine. I might get an implant.
Get that.
Yep. Well, Anthony?
Yeah.
You got anything you want to plug here at the end? We already kind of plugged your upcoming dates, but your Instagram is at ADDavis79 or something.
AD Comedy 28.
Yeah, that's it.
AD 79 Purples.
Hike! And we talked about your tour dates earlier, but you want to run them again?
Yeah, I'll be at Laughs Unlimited August, the second week of August, featuring for Jordan Connolly, who's a fantastic guy, great guy, hilarious dude. And then I'll be open mic headlining the Gold Room the first week, 7th and 8th, and open mic in San Diego.
Of September?
Yeah, October. First week of October, 7th and 8th. Yeah.
And I'll be in the Mall of America with Maddie Smith, July 7th through 10th. Hopefully this has come out by then.
And you'll be doing jokes.
Yep. Got to write them by then.
15.
We'll be doing an hour and a half.
Like for me to do like a really tight 15 that I love, it'll take me like 5 or 6 months of writing, performing, cutting the fat, just meticulously going over my jokes.
Yep.
And you have 3 weeks.
I have 3 weeks.
To make 15 minutes of good comedy.
Yeah. I'm going to do a lot of crowd work.
Do you write your crowd work?
No. Well, sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
I mean, sometimes I'll just riff with them, and sometimes I'll have somewhere I need them to go to get to here for a payoff.
All my jokes have written crowd work responses. If someone talks to me during one of my jokes, I have a written response to it. Or if I want to include the crowd with a really fun during a joke, I have a written crowd work joke to go in to lead them inside my jokes.
Well, you're a little bit more methodical than I am.
I have horrible OCD.
Yeah, I can tell. You keep a chart of how many times people have laughed at each joke.
Yeah. I still do.
I can't even.
Wrote out jokes word for word, have a word count from all of them, have the grammar fixed for them too.
Your brain's wired like that, though. That's how you can understand all that IT and security shit.
Oh, yeah, my brain's hardwired for all this insanity, just meticulous things. And then I'm just on OnlyFans like, yeah, sure, I'll shave your name into my back, whatever.
You can do that?
Yeah, shaved a guy named, what was it? It's like like Bert. Like I think it was like Bert, and I shaved his name into my back hair and sent it to him.
By yourself?
Oh no, my wife did it. Obviously, I can't. It would be more. I would share the money the maid. Like I should make more money just the fact that I could shave a name into my back hair.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like $60-$70.
You got to hire a whole team.
Yeah, my wife was just like, God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm like, I know, isn't this awesome?
You're like, hurry up, woman. We got to get to the Red Lobster.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm taking you out tonight, baby.
Yeah, I'm put a shirt right over Bert's name.
Yeah, it felt weird too because I could just feel when the hair's not there, I could just feel the bare skin, and it's just like, okay, hey Bert, you're always on my back.
That's why he did it. It wasn't about the picture. It was about him knowing that his name's on your back.
That power move.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because you don't shave it bald after that. You let Bert grow in.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. You should sell like sections of your back on a monthly basis.
Or just say like I can write names,
like a neighborhood,
or like I can put messages on there like Cameo, but for back hair.
Yeah,
That's gross, but I'm kind of.
You could just rent this square to Brad. Brad, I carry you around with me everywhere I go. You just like divvy it up like a tic-tac-toe board.
Happy graduation, Bethany. If someone hasn't started that yet, I would love to do that. Just happy birthday, Bethany. It's like back hair celebration cards.
Yeah. Or if you could have every letter one at a time shaved into your back, and then when you grow it back out, write in happy birthday, and then you have the picture of all the letters. So when people ask, you can always make any name that you want.
Oh, you can just Photoshop the name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. I like
you do
that.
One day of like a lot of hair trimming, and then you can wish everybody happy birthday.
Oh, that's right. See, that's economical right there. I was going to do the slow method of like, sorry, I have to let someone else's name grow back in first before I can do you.
You sell it twice a year.
My back hair grows faster than my face hair.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'm saying like maybe if I shave my back, it'll be like 2 weeks, it'll full grown back all the way back.
Have you done any like back shaving videos?
I did. I was in the Backblade commercial where to get that part, they literally were like, hey, send us a picture of back hair to this email address. And when I did it, I was like, cool, I can be in a commercial. And then like a few months in when they didn't reply, I was like, I probably just sent like a pervert picture of my back hair. That's before my OnlyFans. I was like, oh, I could have gotten paid for that. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And Backblade, they contacted me. They're like, hey, do you want to be in this commercial? And I was like, shit, yeah, absolutely. And they shaved my back hair. I even tore my shirt off. Like one of them was like give yourself the confidence that you need. And I was like, it was a game of Monopoly. It's like, I call skins, and I ripped my shirt off.
I call skins.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I call skins.
And like one of my lines was, you deserve to feel the sun on your shoulders. And it was like, I was me turning around like that, like looking at the camera and all this shit. And like my perfect back hair. My back was completely shaven.
With your huge beard.
Yeah.
Did they sell a bunch of razors?
I hope so.
It was an advertisement for razors, right?
Yeah, it was for a whole back blade. Like it's.
Oh, the handle.
Yeah, the handle with the blade on it too.
Yeah. Did you get one?
I didn't get one.
That's messed up.
That's what I'm saying. Like any other commercial I've done, I get the product, or they let me say, "Hey, here's a product you used."
The minute it touches you,
it should be. Yeah, I was like,
it should be yours.
I didn't want to be rude or anything. I was like, yeah, it's fine. You know what? I don't want to ask for it. It's weird.
They know what they're doing.
But then everyone's ever asked, like, "Hey, did you get it?" I was like, "No, is that a thing?" It's like, oh,
you have to use your own money to buy one.
Yeah, the money they gave me for doing that. I got to keep the shirts though that I ripped. I found the shirts. I found the buttons and I sewed them back on.
Okay.
I'm economical.
You are.
They were going to like, yeah, we're just going to toss them. Like, can I keep them?
And then you went and put the buttons back on and had unlimited Coca-Cola.
That's right. And now you've just been through the life of Anthony Davis for the last 2 years.
That's it. That's a pretty good life.
For 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. Some of us were doing way less productive shit like drinking ourselves to death every night.
Yeah. Instead of that, I went to school and within 3 years, I have a master's degree.
Wow.
I'm also extremely methodical. I plan things out to the T. I plan my set out.
Yeah.
Like I told that to them on a new person that was on the show on Friday and Saturday. It was a weekend. She's like, how'd you know when to change your set? It's like, oh, if a joke's not working or like the crowd's not responding to a certain joke, I have 3 different versions of my set planned out so I can go off in a completely different direction to see which they like. How they like certain jokes. That's why my first joke is clean. First punchline is clean. The second punchline is risky. Third punchline is incest. See how they react to it. That's how my set will go. They don't like the dirty joke, part of the dirty. I have the clean set. They don't like the risque part. I have an ultra clean set.
So your first 3 jokes tell you
my first punchline. My first joke is 25 seconds. It has 3 punchlines in it. It has 3 different versions of the punchline. Clean, risky. Incest, so it's dirty. Depending on how they react to it, that's the set I pick.
Wow, I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
Can you write me 15 minutes by Jen?
Jesus Christ! I just told you how methodical I am. It takes for 15 minutes for myself.
I'll pay you with it. I'll pay you $70. You don't even have to take a picture of your butthole.
I'll just include the butthole as a.
In fact, I'll give you a picture of my butthole as payment. We're just swapping butthole pictures. This like trading cards.
It'd be perfect. Just like, hey, honey, you left your email on your computer up. Why are you sending sending so many butthole pictures and jokes to somebody. I'm like, comedy's crazy, right?
It's a crazy world out there. He paid me $200 and a picture of his butthole. Then you flip that picture on OF for like, I don't know, $30, $40 at least.
That's why I'm not good at economics, because I should have sold my back hair for more than $20.
I would say
it was a trip to Bojangles. And I was like, a good trip to Bojangles is enough for me to do something.
Yeah, but for you, a trip to Bojangles involves a flight.
Yeah, now it does.
Yeah, so maybe $700, $800 for some back hair pictures.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a bit much.
Look, if you get, let's say, would you say $70 for shaving Bert's name in your back?
Yeah.
If you charge $700, you only have to shave Bert's name in your back once for every 10 times.
You also have supply and demand. Can someone else get the same thing from another person for less price?
But your worth is your worth. You have some of the thickest, grossest back hair I've ever seen. I've never even seen it.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's like there's so many people on OnlyFans where they just sell like their boob pictures or something, but they're
simpletons.
Subscribe to their OnlyFans like $3.99 a month. You get like as many like all the things they've posted, but then they're like, hey, do you want like a special message from me? $75. Do you want like a special picture only that you have? $60. You know, the exclusivity of you only having a picture of her that was sent directly to you.
Nobody else.
Exactly.
Well, nobody else except the other 25 people that paid for it.
Right. You know, because like a friend of mine, she's like, she had his OnlyFans, and she's like, yeah, all the pictures I post are pictures from like 5 or 6 years ago. None of them are new. They're from like when I was I was just in college.
Yeah.
And she makes like $700 a month on it. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, I've never taken a new picture, and when they ask for a picture, I just send a picture that's not on my OnlyFans for like $700. Like one guy asked for like feet pictures. It was like $200, and then she sent to another guy that asked for like certain fixed picture. Sent the exact same picture to him, another $200.
And then they meet each other, and they're like, "Did you get this same picture?" And they're like, "Ah."
Yeah, that's a good thing about perverts on the internet. They're not like, "Hey, y'all want to meet up and talk about feet?"
Y'all want to be in real life?
Yeah, they're doing a Dungeons & Dragons tournament and a clan meeting over there. So our feet anonymous pictures right here. Other auditorium, we can have egg rolls too.
I hear the chicken's pretty good.
Yeah, chicken was great. Egg rolls are even better.
Hell yeah. That's so funny that they had a clan meeting and a Dungeons and Dragons meeting in the same building.
It was a community center, so they didn't know they were bilking it.
Well, that's what's hot in that community. I wonder what the crossover was.
Man, I was 18. I have no idea.
Like how many people went to both back and forth?
I don't know. I was so freaked out. I was just imagining this is probably not a safe environment for me to be in. I was so freaked out by that. And then years later, like I'm like 30 now, I'm like, hey, in retrospect, it was kind of funny. As like for me to accidentally go to a clan meeting, like I shouldn't be in here. Like, what can I make it to be funny? Because like in my head, I was also like years later, I was like, that's just some really good fucking egg rolls. They were really good egg rolls.
That's such a good punchline too. It's like, you know, what would you do for the best egg roll in the world? I'd go to a clan meeting. I
don't know who to ask the recipe was, but I think it'd just be offensive. Like,
oh my god, if you interrupt him, he starts his speech, and you're like, "Excuse me, where'd y'all get these egg rolls from?"
Yeah, who made these egg rolls? Cause just mwah.
Y'all got.
Well, also I'm like on stage, I'm like, you can't eat the food of the people you hate. You know, you can. That's not fair.
No.
Also, he came like I'm angry and I scream on stage, but I build up to it. He was just immediately out the gate.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't he, like, what's he going to say after that? Like, he's got to come down. Like, the next thing he's got to say is, like, also don't like Taco Tuesday. Like, you can't come out with that much anger and aggression.
Right.
And then stay that way for an entire speech.
Yeah, you got to build up to something.
Build up, yeah.
That's right. Man, that'd be funny to interrupt him, though. I'm not sitting here trying to give you notes on your jokes, but I'm sitting here trying to give you notes on your jokes.
No, I like it. I like it when people tell me how I can make my stuff better.
Well, didn't they essentially... Someone would raise their hand, like, "Who made these egg rolls?" And like someone would raise their hand, but they got a hood on. It's still not like, "Well, Larry, is that you?" Right? Or did they?
I've always wondered like how they tell each other apart, like at a meeting or like like they don't have name tags, obviously, but they're all wearing the exact same thing. Do they just say, "Hey, Bert, are you out here?"
Right.
Like, it's no this. It's really loud out here. I can't hear anything.
That's why it's so funny to make fun of them.
Yeah. It's a horrible, like the worst thing in the world for like people to do that. And making fun of them, to me, like it takes power away from their message. It takes power away from what they do. It takes power away from what they're trying to legitimize in today's society. Every time I make fun of them, I just want to take more, like a little bit more power away from what they do, just to make them seem even more just like a joke. Because to me, they are. They're complete. I know people.
Joke.
I know. I've been in the South. I've seen that shit. I've seen the racist people in the South, and just see how stupid they are. And every time I make fun of them, I feel better knowing that I could take a little bit more away from the image of just anger and like seriousness that they have, that image they try to make. The more I can just chip away that image they try to make, it makes me feel better about just the way.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
It is powerful because they're so serious about it. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Get with the times. Like, what are you doing? Hate. There's no room for hate.
No.
And there's no point to it.
There's no point to it.
And growing up, it's just like, oh, there goes the Klan.
Yeah.
That was normal. And then moving out of the South, it was like, oh, that's not normal. Oh,
right.
y'all don't have that out here.
That's what. Yeah, people ask that too. Like, did you see like weird stuff in the South? Back then, it wasn't weird to us.
You don't point it out as weird because you're like, that's just what's going on there.
Yeah, having somebody driving by with like a giant rebel flag in their truck, that was normal. So what didn't ever stand out to me is something that's weird until I moved out and got to completely different cultures of people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's not okay.
Right.
And that's that blissful ignorance of what it was in the South, of just like these things are always happening. You're like, oh, I mean, I never saw it as bad because it never happened to me. Obviously, it didn't happen to me. I'm white. But as soon as I move out and like I get with my wife who's Filipino and see all that stuff that she sees every day, I'm like, holy shit, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like how I closer I don't see it because it never doesn't happen to me, so I didn't think it happened. But when I see it constantly happen to her, I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's a huge problem. So that stemmed from that joke of just taking more and more power away from them.
And you should take all the power.
Yeah.
All the white power.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I knew it as soon as you said. I knew you were gonna take it towards that.
Yeah. Well, there's something there.
There's something.
There's something there.
I would love to see your. I can't wait to see your 15 minutes.
I'll tape it.
You're just spitballing.
My friend Anthony's trying to take away all the power from the white folks.
I'm gonna grab all the white power I can.
It's just grabbing all the white power again. He's just gonna try and take it away from him.
And I'm gonna put it into a bull bowl. I'm
That's
just
right.
gonna mix in some good old white powder.
White powder.
Yeah. Sort it up.
Yeah. A little meth.
So like 15 minutes. That's a good amount of time to have a theme.
It's probably gonna be 10.
That's 10.
But she'll say I can do up to 15, but I won't. I'll probably just do 10.
Have them light you at 8 then.
Yeah.
So you can wrap up.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it could be a shit show. But if it's just me and then her middle and then her, she does sometimes 45 to an hour 5. He does 20, 25.
So as a host, so you're the special guest.
I think I might be hosting.
Oh, you're the host.
I think I'm going to go up first.
Oh,
it's going to be me and then her middle and then her.
Are you bringing them up?
I'm going to bring up her. He's going to bring up her. I'm going to bring up him. He's going to bring up her. As far as I know.
Oh, so it's a round robin. Oh, yeah. Then if you're the host, if you're just hosting this, a host's job's not to be the funniest. His host job is to make sure everyone stays off their phones, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
And you're there, like you're getting everyone warmed up and there. That's why it's called like the taking the bullet.
My first 5 minutes, I'm going to try and sell as many taquitos as I can.
Is that
legitimately serious?
Why?
Because I want to sell food for the house, and I'm gonna be like, I'm a valuable asset. You should invite me to come back because I moved 50 fucking taquitos at both shows. I've just made y'all $600 in taquitos. I'm like, who's not eating the taquitos? Why are you not eating the taquitos?
I swear to God, I've never heard someone with that sales pitch as a comedian, but I don't know why it's never been done.
It's a comedy business, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm trying to do the business of comedy. Eventually, I'm gonna have to write some jokes.
My God.
At some point.
Listen, I'm terrible at the business of comedy. I mean, the only good things I do is like when I'm going to a place, I'll promote a video in the area, in the 10, 20 mile area on Instagram. I'll promote it in a certain area that I'm going to be at, so everyone around that area will see my video more.
Yeah.
And then they'll buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
But outside that, I'm terrible at the business. I'm good at writing, but I'm very bad at business.
Well, it's a good thing you're funny.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Stick with me, man. I'll help you. We'll put together the new Blue Collar Comedy Tour. You can headline it.
Just 45 minutes of us just selling taquitos.
Right. I mean, or quesadillas or like whatever. I'm going to go to the manager and be like, what's about to go
Here's
bad?
what we can do. If we're doing this in the South, we have Bojangles sponsor us.
100%.
Absolutely.
But the clubs aren't going to like that because they're going to want to sell food.
I mean, if here's the thing. If they have any kind of fried chicken tender, any fried chicken, doesn't matter if it's Bojangles, they're going to sell it at that show. Exactly. And if Bojangles just sponsors, all we got to do is just make sure that when we promote it, we talk about thanks a lot, Bojangles, for sponsoring us.
Oh, if you order the chicken tenders tonight, courtesy of Bojangles, we got the seasoning.
Yeah.
Boom.
There we go.
You get a seasoning. You get a seasoning. Look under your seat. We put a seasoning under your seat.
That's right. Also, It's probably been underneath there. And it's probably sweaty. Shake it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Clump together.
Of course, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying.
Clump together. Because it's sweaty in the South. You know what I mean?
Sweaty South. Yep.
That's right.
It's the Sweaty South Tour.
Oh, God.
2023.
Oh, dear God.
Coming to you. We're going to grab Dan Poston, and it's going to be the 3 Sweaty South boys.
Bring your talcum powder.
That's right. Just rolling joints with your thighs.
Swamp ass.
Yeah. Oh, swamp ass. I'm going to Florida tomorrow. Oh, that's some swamp ass.
What are you going to Florida for?
We're doing Daytona. We're doing Hollywood, Daytona, Lakeland, and one other city.
Who?
Just this other guy that I'm touring with, taking pictures for him. I don't like to say his name on the show.
I mean, I figured this was over now, but if you're still going.
Oh, yeah, this is 2 weeks from now. I was going to Florida, and I'm back from Florida. Now I'm in Minnesota. Selling chicken nuggets.
So 2 weeks from now, you would probably be about to leave to go to the show. So right now, in this retrospect, you're speaking to yourself like, hey, good job, man. You did a really good job with those 15 minutes that you wrote.
You really worked hard this last 2 weeks while you were working and partying for 4th of July.
Maybe hit up one open mic, just run through it.
Oh, I've been hitting shows around here.
So you have material.
Well, I got material. It's just not good material. You'll see. I'll send you.
I can't wait.
I'll send you a tape.
Excited.
I'll send you a tape.
I've seen some new people send me comedy and they want me to tell them how they can fix it. No one's ever made bad comedy because if it's not funny to me, maybe it's funny to someone else.
That's true.
Yeah, that's all about perspective, and I'll just tell you how to deliver it better, how to have a good cadence because it's always about timing.
Yep.
That's all, and not to be nervous on stage.
Yeah.
But something that's not that super funny to me, maybe kill someone else. So,
well, let's get out there and kill people.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
Let's get out there killing folks.
And then we'll get a Netflix documentary and a Netflix special out of it.
All right. Here's something. This is one of the first jokes I ever wrote.
Oh, God.
And we'll end on this.
Yes.
Maybe we can punch this one joke up.
All right.
And I usually put it pretty close to the beginning of my set. I said,
your opener. That's you usually
this is not my opener.
Okay.
It's like pretty close. It's like maybe second.
Okay.
And I'm like, just got a new deal with Netflix. And I've done many iterations of this, but I'm currently on our new deal is 300 feet from the front door. And it's a slow burn, and it doesn't hit hard because it's a restraining order. And I have to explain that it's a restraining order, and I can't wait for and I guess it's not funny, but it's so funny to me, dude.
I think it is funny, but when you explain a joke, that usually takes the joke away from it.
I love explaining jokes. I love it. I like over explaining them too.
Then you want a joke that's very wordy, that's like that people are like really surprised that you can explain a joke really wordy and then explain it back, because then it'll be even better as a big punch up too. So you want a very good hefty joke that you have to explain.
Yeah.
But also in comedy, you want to cut down as many words as you possibly can.
Also true.
So
yeah, when I sit down and write it out word for word, it ends up sounding like literature. Like I put way too many words in it. And then I'll get on here and when I'm pointing at it, it's my little stage setup, but I'll get up here and run it. And I'm like, what are all these words doing in here?
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of Dane Cook in me where he just used superfluous words for no congruous reason.
Yeah.
Nice. And but you can't write that. It's got you can, but it's just got to flow.
It's just like a Mad Lib, and it was like
Exactly.
enter Flam Jim Jams. You know?
Yeah.
That's one of my usernames on like Discord is Jim Jams.
Oh, nice. What's your password?
Let's see. I don't know what that one is.
Don't tell us your password.
It's not like you can do anything. I have multi-factor authentication. You guys log on to it. Unless I prove it, you guys can get on it.
Well, you heard it here first. That's multi-factor authentication here. Is that, do you have an authenticator?
Yeah. You download Authenticator.
I have Authenticator for my crypto.
You connect it to your account. Mm-hmm. So if someone logs into it, doesn't matter. That's what's a multi-factor. Multi-factor. Something you know is a password. Something you have is the factor. Unless I press confirm, you're not logging onto my account. So even if you get my password, what?
Unless I get your phone.
I mean, unless you got to get my password to my phone, know which Authenticator app and which password I'm using on that.
Yeah, that sounds tough. Trying to break into a IT security guy's phone is probably got to be pretty hard.
I mean, I don't have anything in my house that's smart. There's no smart things in my house.
Oh, really? Because I was about to set up Amazon Alexa because I'll be laying in bed sometimes, and I don't want to. If I come up with a joke, I want to be like, Alexa, take a note, and like a voice note, and be able to just say that.
I'm going to send you some stuff about keeping your home network secure. Then.
Okay.
I
haven't plugged her in yet.
I can hack into Alexa, and then and if your Alexa's not secure, which most of the time they're not because they don't do regular security patches on them sometimes, depending on if they're connected, then I can just get into your home network.
And then what happens?
Then I can just go through all your stuff. I can get on, I can remote into your computer. I can secure shell into your hard drives. I can end anything else.
So you can steal all my crypto?
I can steal whatever's on your computer that I can get into. I can get into. So
it's bad to save your passwords on your computer?
No, I mean not just that. I mean just keep your network safe. As long as you don't have like a default SSID, your router. When it came to like it had like a default like Spectrum 58. As long as it's not the same one and you don't have the same default password they gave you.
Oh, the default password I got was 26 things long.
Yeah.
It's on the sticker on the bottom, and I never changed it. It's like XWRVXRVW. It's a pain in the ass. Change it?
Yes.
Okay.
Never use default passwords because you can look a lot of those places like for people that like repair routers. It tells you the default passwords are commonly online.
Oh boy!
So we can service them. So there's a PDF of like Spectrum routers, and we can find out. And the usernames are put into a list, and then passwords are easy.
Well, I didn't. It's not a Spectrum. I bought it from Best Buy. I own it.
The routers.
Yeah, I know. You got to.
The routers have default passwords. So the
joke's
type
on
of router.
me.
So if it's like a link sync, I'll find that model number, and it has a list of default passwords that you use, and I'll put a brute force into it.
A brute force.
Yeah, brute force is when you just keep putting passwords in until it works. So like 01111 0112222.
Yeah.
That's brute force. You just keep trying that until it works.
And there's no like, you've tried this too many times.
Yeah, that's what account lockouts prevent.
Yeah.
So if you don't have account lockout, I can try as many times as I want.
You make me real scared about internet stuff.
The more I learned about security, the more paranoid I got. So
did you have smart stuff before and got rid of it all?
No, I never installed it, but I was like, no, the more about computers, I know how to do this. And then when I learned about more security, I'm like, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Not really.
So you're talking about even like smart LED bulbs and stuff?
Someone was able to hack into their Ring get onto the microphone on it, and then they hacked into their thermometer in the house, turned up all their house heater all the way up, locked the screen on the thermometer, and told them they had to send them crypto money or they'll never turn the heat off.
Wow. What if they don't have no crypto money?
You better get some.
Better find it. Oh,
well, because crypto is not traceable. So if you send me like if you try to wire money to me, it's pretty easy to find out who it is. Crypto is non-traceable.
Yeah.
You send me crypto money, there's no way to say who it is. You can just send it to some random person, a random cryptocurrency thing, and there's no way to trace it. It's not regulated.
Well, it's about to be. They're working on it.
I don't.
Yeah. Are you into crypto?
Fuck no.
Oh, I got a ton of it.
Why?
Because I had a little bit of it and it became a ton of it. Now I don't know what to do with it because now it ain't a ton of it no more.
You don't have NFTs, do you?
No, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
No. But I own a house in the metaverse next to Snoop Dogg.
What? What does that mean?
That's for another episode. We've done an hour and 45.
We have? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
We got to wrap this up. I got another guest coming in an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
It's great talking to you, though.
It is great talking to you as well. I can't wait to go on tour together. I have it in my head. I've envisioned it. So it will happen.
Okay.
Everything else I've envisioned has become trueth. That's the biblical word for true.
Getting to open, do 15 minutes at a Mall of America, was that something you envisioned?
No, it's actually an accelerated opportunity. It's ahead of my timeline.
Yeah, because you need a type 5 first to be able to do a type 15.
I can't write short jokes. I'm a storytelling man. I need time to just ease into
Really? You're telling that to the person that only tells storytelling jokes? I'm a storyteller comic, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is...
Listen, I'm talking about fictional jokes I haven't written yet, so I have to be right about it.
All right, stick to this line is you need to have a joke or have something that engages them every 15 seconds or you'll lose them.
I've heard that before.
For me.
Yep. And other people. And all the 8 books that I've read since I saw you last on episode 13. Make sure you check out episode 13, audio only, of Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
He's become a cybersecurity expert since then and much funnier since the last time I saw him. There's no video for that, so you'll just have to stare at a picture of his face on YouTube for an hour.
If you want to see more of my body, my OnlyFans, Big Hungry Bear.
Big Hungry Bear. Oh, see, you played into it.
Because I thought it was just going to be me eating food in like weird places.
Like mukbangs.
Like eating pasta in the shower with my shirt off.
Yeah.
I was just going to make funny videos of me eating weirder stuff in the shower.
Bless your heart. So when you said bear, you were talking about, I'm a bear. You weren't like, I'm a bear. You didn't mean it sexually.
No, because my wife calls me her big bear, honey bear.
So innocent. But that's how you're doing so well, because everybody's on there like, show me the bears.
Yeah, they're like, show me that big hungry bear.
Business has fallen off since you shaved your beard, huh?
Well, I haven't done OnlyFans in a while because I'm working and doing comedy, and that was passive income. Like, I have a job. I'm like, I'm not doing this because like if I don't do OnlyFans, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm doing it because it was fun.
Yeah. Well, they say if you find something you love, you never work a day in your life.
Unless you're a comedian, then you'll constantly work until the day you die for French fries.
Yeah, if somebody told me how hard it was, I would never have started. But I can't stop now.
Comedy's like addiction. It's like that first time you tell a really good joke on stage and everyone laughs. It's like a hit of heroin.
I look forward to that. The first time I tell
a good joke. You need to tell a joke that people laugh at.
Yeah. I've heard that it's true. I've seen it happen to other people, but waiting for it to happen to me.
I mean, it's there's nothing to describe. Just getting a room full of people to just forget about all the troubles, just laugh at a joke. Mm-hmm. Feels so good. But you'll have to write a joke first.
Step one.
Write an actual joke.
My step one was start a podcast studio and produce podcasts for big celebrities and then go on tour with them. And then I honestly thought, and this almost happened on the last run, that they would throw me out as the opener. And it almost happened. I almost got caught with my fucking pants down on my last tour. Because the artist was like, well, if we can't find a local opener, we always got Ike here. We'll throw him out there. And I was like, he's like, you're a comic, yeah? I'm like, yep. And I almost had to go.
The thing you were preparing for almost happened, but you didn't prepare the thing you needed.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it, I love you. It's perfect.
Because I thrive under the pressure going, yeah, fuck it. I'll go out there right now with no fucking jokes. I'll do it. And I would. And I would make something happen.
Not comedy, but you'll make something happen.
It might be funny to me.
But I mean, if it's funny to you, hell yeah.
That's no way to build a career. You're right.
No, I'm methodical. I mean, I'm very, very like methodical, and I write things out, and everything. But there's some people that can just go on stage and just say stuff off the top of their heads. But for me, I'll do that too. But for me, I like to keep my jokes. I like to say my words. I like to make sure they're good. I'm very tried and tested. I don't like to go up there and say something that's not. I haven't tested to make sure it's funny because I want to hear laughter. If I don't, I feel bad.
Yeah, I'm not as attached to that whole laughter thing as you are. I want to hear it.
It's literally said comedian, comedy, laughter. You're like, I'm not really attached to that.
I'm not into that. I don't understand it. But it has really been great catching up. And we should do like a quick. I'll call you when I get back from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I'll send you the tape.
Yeah.
And I'll probably call you in tears, but I think I'm gonna do all right.
You know, you might go up there and might fucking slay it.
Yeah. Well, we have 6 chances.
You have 6 shows.
I'm doing the 7th through the 10th.
You are doing 6 shows.
I'm doing 6 shows
of 15 minutes with no jokes in 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
All right.
Does that give you a little anxiety?
Oh my god.
I can't wait.
Oh my god. What are the? Oh
I'm gonna work on it full time for like 10 days leading up to it.
You're gonna do crowd work, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna sell those chicken.
You're not gonna do any insulting crowd work, right? You're not gonna.
Oh
insult
no.
people. Okay, good.
No, I'm not there to insult nobody. I would just look at him and be like, "Hey, asshole, what are you doing?"
You just insulted him. It was like 3
You
words.
look like a real asshole. Where are you from?
Hey, asshole.
What's up with your ugly wife?
You basically just went back on what you said in 3 seconds with 2 words.
I mean, some people like being called an asshole.
Yeah, but how do you know?
I'm playing around, dude.
I would love to see just like, hey, assholes.
That's how I open it up. What's up, cunts? How's it going?
Perfect.
Anybody not an asshole in here?
You like taquitos?
Yeah. Which one of you cunts is going to buy the taquitos?
My God. I can't wait to see just her off the side like, do you have anybody local that can?
Yeah, I get pulled aside and it's like, hey, let's calm down with the cunt taquito thing. Trying to sell them.
Or even better, it's like, hey, can you calm down on the taquito thing? The other thing was fantastic.
That cunt work is great.
Just no, too many taquitos. That's a bit much.
Taquitos are just a little, yeah.
Or you get like a cease and desist from the taquito company. Like
taquitos.com. It's like, no, just no.
I used to tweet Golden Corral because I wanted them to sponsor me. I was like, hey, Golden Corral, you are the best. I love you guys so much. And like, we love you too. It's like, I can't wait to be back inside of you. And then they blocked me.
They blocked you.
Yeah.
Blocked by Golden Corral. We're going to get blocked by a bunch of other people if we don't wrap this up.
Sorry.
And I got to pee.
Yep.
Anthony Davis, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll catch you next time, everybody.